Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here with a look ahead video today on Friday the 4th of September. Just a quick look through some of the latest thoughts going forwards over the next few weeks. And as always, more detail for the next few days ahead is available in the fast forecast video here at weatherweb.net. We're looking slightly further ahead, and here's the chart towards Wednesday. High pressure is centred out over Scandinavia, low pressure well away in the Atlantic by this stage, but fronts just grazing towards the west of Ireland may start to produce some patchy rain in the very far west, but for most it's still a dry pattern, and the air coming in from the south-southeast, so warmer than it would have been in recent times. Let's deal with that southeasterly pattern into the end of the week. This is towards Friday and the weekend. Low pressure still out in the Atlantic, but gradually fronts making a bit more of an inroad in towards western areas. Some outbreaks of rain may start to form in some of these southwestern approaches as well, but for many you may well still be dry by this time too. Looking towards the beginning of the following week, I think slowly a deterioration developing as low pressure out towards the Atlantic pushes further in, and it gives the risk of wind and rain developing a bit more widely as we go into the following week, and conditions just becoming that bit more mixed compared to the week that went before. And that shows up pretty well on the day 7 to day 10 means of the 500 millibar anomaly flow. The European and GFS models here, European left, GFS on the right. This is then looking towards that start of the following week up until around Monday the 14th of September. We've got lower heights then developing out towards the west, so showing lower pressure likely to develop in this sort of region. Both models fairly consistent, and that the ridge more over Scandinavia at this point, and some consistency there. So gradually going into a more changeable southwesterly pattern for Britain and Ireland is most likely. Now here's a look at the CFS anomalies then going forward week by week. Here's week 1 first of all, zoom in towards this one. This is the situation then up until the 9th of September. Higher than normal heights broadly away towards the north of the country. That's showing where high pressure is going to be centred over these coming days ahead. Week 2 from the 10th of September towards the 16th shows those lowering heights out towards the west of Britain, so backing up the GFS and European models there, and the higher heights away over Scandinavia. So it may just be there's a bit of a battleground going on here with fronts and areas of low pressure being held towards the southwest and making some inroads in, but not really pushing through and getting clear into Scandinavia. So maybe quite a slow process in some areas for that rain to make its way further eastwards. Into week 3, this is up until the 23rd of September then, and lower heights broadly across the country at this stage, so fairly changeable conditions looking like being in at this time. Now, a long way off to get the details, you can imagine, but here's week 4. This is through from the 24th until the 30th of September, showing higher than normal heights then away towards the south, higher pressure then in this sort of zone, lower than normal heights away over the North Atlantic and Iceland, so lower pressure here, and somewhere in between the two we've got a westerly flow across the Atlantic, so expect southern regions to be drier and warmer overall, northern areas cooler and more changeable by this time, but a long way off to get any details, as you can imagine. Here's a Japanese model then, turn it upside down just so you can see. This is centred on the North Pole, and the British Isles quite small under here, and showing the higher than normal heights in the current week ahead up until day 9, so going forwards from now until about the 12th or 13th of September. Japanese model quite keen to keep higher heights across the north of British Isles and Scandinavia, and squeezing the lower heights away more towards Iberia and away towards Italy as well, so that may just indicate low pressure trying to dive quite a long way south, and high pressure towards the north may have some hold on conditions still, and it's that sort of blocking setup with lows not quite able to push their way further eastwards, but this may be a little bit overdone with high pressure and higher heights still in this period. Then this is sort of around week 2, days 10 to 16 into the middle of September. And the final period on the JMA forecast, then this is for days 17 to 30, so it really takes us right towards the end of the month, last couple of weeks of September on the whole, and showing those higher heights again away over Scandinavia, lower than normal heights on the Japanese model at 500 millibars out towards the west and the southwest. So again, we may be in a fairly warm pattern, the air coming in from the southeast, and low pressure tending to be around Biscay and Spain, which occasionally may push towards us and give us an unsettled period of weather across the British Isles as well. Northern and eastern areas on this would be that bit drier and warmer. So a little bit of discrepancy there between the various longer range models, and we'll see how things fare in the upcoming days and weeks, but we'll keep you up to date as always here at weatherweb.net with the very latest developments. That's all for today, thanks for watching and bye for now.